Welcome to the CANary Cast, the official podcast of the Mr. Canary Company. Before we get started today, please do me a favor. Comment, like, and subscribe to receive notifications when we drop new episodes. In this episode number 12, we meet Melissa. Melissa is a hardworking young lady who has been so excited to come on this podcast. Well, today is the day. Melissa, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
We are so glad to have you. So let's start off. I know you pretty well, but our audience doesn't. So for somebody who's never met you before, how would you describe yourself?
I'm a hard worker.
Absolutely. What else?
Help my peers out.
Yeah, you do a really good job of, if you see somebody who needs a hand, you're one of the first people to volunteer. That's awesome. Let's do one more. What's one other word that describes you?
I'm outgoing.
Yeah, you're definitely sociable. So we're going to switch a little bit. What is something people might be surprised to learn about you, Melissa? Give us a fun fact.
Enjoying being around you?
Yeah. You know what comes to my mind?
What?
You own your own small business.
Oh, yeah, I earn my own small business.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. We'll circle back to that in a little bit. So, and this can be about work or it can be something outside of work, but what's something you're really good at, Melissa?
A small business.
Yeah. I'm going to save that for the end. I want to dig in now, but we'll come back to that. Can you tell us a little bit about the leadership role that you have here at the Arc of the Greater
Part
Boone
of
County?
Action Club.
Yeah, what is your job on Action Club?
President.
Yeah, you are our Action Club
Ring the
president.
bell. Who's the guest speaker?
Yeah. And for those who might not know, Action Club is a civics organization club that is underneath Kiwanis International that is specifically done by people with disabilities for people with disabilities. So that's been a really great club that we have here at the Arc of Greater Boone County. And you were elected to be president this year, which is pretty cool. So what are some of the projects that Action Club has done, Melissa? Can you talk our audience through that? Because you guys do different things throughout the year.
What have we done for years? What have we done?
First thing I thought of was a pancake supper.
Oh, yeah, we done the pancake supper. It was pretty awesome.
And that's a big community dinner that the Kiwanis
That
host.
we put on.
And Action Club participates and comes and acts as volunteers for that event and helps provide some manpower for that. So that's a big one. We also do different drives, whether it's like a diaper drive or a food drive.
And Allison's going to talk about that again for baby drive again.
Can you maybe tell the audience about the bench project that Action
We're
Club
doing
has
a
done?
second bench project.
Yeah, and that's with the Waste Management District. Where we collect used bottle caps. We, bring them in all cleaned up and everything. We collect them in big boxes. And when we get to 200 pounds, that's enough material to actually make a bench that's going to go out in our sensory garden.
So we have enough bottle caps now to make a bench.
All right. Yeah, so Action Club is great. You guys get a lot of stuff done, and it's just a really important opportunity for folks with disabilities to be able to engage with the community and give back to the community. So that's awesome. Melissa, let's shift gears, and we're going to talk about work now. Before you started at the Sheltered Workshop at the Arc of Greater Boone County, had you ever worked a job before, or was Mr. CANary your very first job?
Very first one.
Okay. So what were your first impressions of Mr. CANary? Did you feel like the job was hard? Was it fun? Was it too fast or too slow? Like, what'd you think of it? Just tell us your experience. Oh, you felt like it was a little too relaxed, huh?
And having those papers was a nightmare.
Yeah, so for the audience who may not know...
Because you have to stop what you're doing, Mark, and back up again.
Yeah, so while it was a sheltered workshop, everybody was paid per
hour.
Per finished piece. Not per hour. It was based on how much you got done. So you said, you would do whatever the task was. You'd put that finished unit aside, but then you'd have to make a little tally mark on a count sheet. And that took some serious time. So,
I'm glad we got rid of those.
Yeah, that is a big benefit for sure. So what workstations did you start up at? Because you've been here for about 7 years. So back when it was still a sheltered workshop, before all the big changes, what were the workstations you would typically work, Melissa?
Punching, labeling, socks, and tubes.
Yeah. You
And
were
grease.
you're somebody we could really plug in a lot of different
And
spots.
grease.
Yeah. So the grease packets, that was actually a job
And
through
then they were leaking lots.
community contract. Yeah, that was a downside
And
of
that
that.
was a bummer. Getting all over your hands is not fun.
But that was one you were really fast at. So,
I really kicked butt on that.
yes, you did. So, you know that in October 2024, we made a lot of big changes to the workshop. We talked about one of the good changes that came from that is now that everybody's paid an hourly
Early.
rate, we got rid of those count sheets.
And now we're getting pay raises.
Yeah. So overall, Melissa, what are some things that you liked from the change? Is there anything that you are sad has changed? Like, just kind of give me, there's no right or wrong answer here. Just kind of share your opinion.
I like it is way it is now
Yeah. Why?
than back then, because back then was a nightmare.
Uh, all right.
Because a lot of people were working. Some people couldn't work because people had to go in the break room.
Yeah.
Switch off.
Well, that was a huge change, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Because like
that was a
most
huge
people,
change. That's how I really
you
felt.
either worked or you didn't work. And if you worked, you were really at the workshop the whole day. So if you wanted to be
till
here
it's
for
time
7
to go
hours,
home.
yeah, so we had built-in breaks throughout the day, but and we had a lot more people in the workshop. You probably
Yeah.
remember this, but we would typically have like 35 people in the workshop at any given time. And nowadays, we typically run closer to 8 or 9 people on a shift. So just the workshop is a lot less crowded now. Would you say that's a good thing?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I know you're social and I know you like, hanging out with everybody. So maybe fewer people wouldn't be such a good thing for a social butterfly, but I'm glad you like that. So can you talk a little bit, Melissa, about how expectations are different in the workshop now? Because I don't know if you have really thought of it this way before, but before we made all the changes, you weren't really expected to do a certain number of pieces, were you? It was kind of, hey, do your best,
Try
get as
your
much done as you can. But we didn't come to you and say, hey, Melissa, in the next 3 hours, we need you to do 473. There was no real target number, right? That is something that's changed big time is for our manufacturing associates. We have production targets just at a minimum production level, but then we also have numbers that you need to hit if you want to get a pay raise that we talked about. So what do you think of those expectations? Do you like them? Do you feel pressure from them?
No,
Okay.
I like them.
Do they
I was
kind of,
kind of disappointed Wednesday though.
yeah, did you miss your target number that day? Hey, it happens to all of us. We all have off
So
days.
did Richard. I
That's
was coaching Richard for
well,
a new job
and
he's doing.
that's the good news though, Melissa, is like because we do it on an average basis, it's okay to have 1 or 2 shifts where you miss your target. It's about most of the time are you at that number you need to be at. So I'm glad you don't find the expectations intimidating. And I think most of the team has responded really, really well to having those
And I also beat the
expectations.
boss.
Oh, let's talk about that.
I beat the boss. I had 6 and she had 3.
Well, we got to explain a little more because a lot of the listeners might not have seen it. So what is Beat the Boss?
Beat the boss where you get how many tubes you can get done by a timer for an hour.
A minute. Yeah.
Hour and a minute.
Yeah.
So anybody wants to come in, beat the boss.
And who's the boss?
Boss Pam.
Yes. So Pam Verbarg, the executive director at the Arc of Greater Moon County, had this idea for this video series where she basically races our employees at Mr. CANary. It's Pam trying to do their job and them doing their jobs, and we time everybody for a minute, and the person who gets the most done in that minute is declared the winner. And we have 2 different buttons, don't we?
We have
So
beat the boss or
the boss beat me.
the
And there are
boss
these
beat
cool little buttons that have a cartoon version of Pam and a cartoon version of our Mr. CANary goldfinch to represent our employees.
Yeah.
And the one that says I beat the boss has the goldfinch on an Olympic podium in first place with a gold medal. Or if it's the boss beat me, Pam is on that Olympic podium with the gold medal, and the goldfinch is on second place medal with the silver medal. So those have been really fun. And you beat Pam, right? By double.
I doubled.
Yeah, I think you had 6 and she had 3. So that's, that's important because we really want to show people just how good employees with disabilities can be at their jobs. Because sometimes, Melissa, people underestimate people with disabilities.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've ever had that where somebody felt, told you there was something you couldn't do, but you really knew you could if you tried hard? Y-
Tried your hardest.
Yeah. And the important thing is, don't tell somebody what they can't do. Give them a chance to prove what they can do. And that's what we try to do with Mr. Canary. So overall, would you say you enjoy the general vibe of the workshop these days now that we've made all these changes?
Yeah,
And
better than it was back then.
oh, good. Now we're gonna
Well, I
we're
had
gonna.
to stop in 2018 on some of the jobs because weighing socks. That's another thing, weighing socks.
Oh yeah.
Because I had to stop because I had to get a tooth pulled that,
Ooh
and I couldn't come back that day until I had
yeah.
healed.
So Melissa, we're gonna wrap up our focus on work and move on to some other things. But before
Okay.
I do you have a goal in mind for what you'd like to achieve here at Mr. Canary still?
Punching tubes is my goal because I can go faster on those
Yeah. So
than I do labeling because I can do 1,000 on those.
yeah.
Then I can do labeling.
So you're looking at maybe making a change to a different workstation, change
Yeah, because
things
I'm
up.
getting tired like the same one.
Oh, I get that. Everybody gets burned out doing the
I would
same
like
thing.
to do the punching, and
Well, the good
and
news,
I also like the sleeve tubes.
the good news is later today we're going to have a whole team meeting and we're going to talk about how we're going to create opportunities for people to maybe transfer workstations if they feel like they're getting bored. So we're going to have that conversation later.
Okay.
Do you have any goals for your life, Melissa, outside of work?
I'd
Like
like
what's
to get a
something?
community job.
Oh, let's talk about that. What is your dream community job?
Work at Walmart or stock shelves.
Okay.
I haven't started a job yet because I haven't got a job coach yet.
All right. So waiting on a job coach.
Yes, and I really want to get a community job so I can make more money than I do here.
Y-
So I got my check yesterday, so check
Yeah.
deposit.
Very good. Well, if someone else with a disability was thinking about starting work for the very first time here at Mr. Canary, like you did all those years ago, what would you tell them? Would you encourage them?
I would encourage them. People that are in wheelchairs, I will have to guide them or coach them to help them.
Well, and
Or
that's an important point, right? Like
to learn how to show them what to do. Like,
we've got a real team mentality here. We help each other out. So,
I
if
would like to be a
somebody's,
coach someday when
yeah,
staff is out or something.
yeah,
I would
you'd
like to
like
be a
to,
coach, but do I have to be trained on that?
yeah. So that's a
How long would that
process.
take me to train to be a coach?
Um,
Because I would like to do. I want to be a coach, like try to be a coach, and then
yeah.
and then take a break on work and just be a coach for a little bit.
Well, and that's the thing. Right now, we don't have any openings, but if we have openings, I can always interview you for that. That's important to have those goals. So, Melissa, in general, what's something people should know, or maybe what's something people get wrong when they're thinking about hiring people with disabilities to do a job?
They're judging them, which is not very nice. You can't judge them, tell them something they can't do when they haven't even tried
Yeah.
to do something they cannot do.
Well, and it comes back to what we said earlier, right? Like, give people a chance. Don't
Yeah, it's
just,
just say, hey, you can't do this because you're not good at it. No,
yeah,
that's making fun of them. And
give,
then they don't want to be your friends anymore.
give them a real opportunity. And
Yeah.
a lot of times, again, you beat the boss, right? And somebody might judge you and say, oh, there's no way Melissa could beat Pam because Melissa has a disability. But look what you did. You beat her by double.
Yeah.
So it's really important not
I
to
also have
prejudge
disability
people.
and I have special needs. So
Yeah.
all in one.
All right. I want to make sure we come back to it before we close out our episode. Tell us about your small business. What is the name of your small business?
T-shirt and bags.
Well, no, the name of your business.
Peace out by Melissa.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. You've got a cool little logo and you've got logo tags. And you were saying you make t-shirts, hats, and bags, right? So what equipment do you use to make those, Melissa?
The hat machine is usually in the big workshop.
Yep.
Over here in the art room, which I haven't got back on those yet because right now I'm doing t-shirts.
Yeah. So you have two different heat presses, basically, right? You have
Yeah.
a heat press that's specifically for putting decals on hats. And then you have a separate heat press that can do either shirts or dresses or
Sweatshirts.
sweatshirts or bags. And so you've got all these different decals. Sometimes it's based on holidays. Sometimes it's just kind of general interest stuff. And then you press those decals onto the different items and
Yeah.
sell them. So
Yeah.
that's really cool. So
And you do get paid for it.
and for the well, exactly. There it's your business. So we were able to utilize a grant couple years back to purchase some equipment to help some of the people we support get up and running with their own small businesses. And you were one of those people. And so you own all the equipment. We were able to get you set up with your own business bank account for all those financial transactions. And now you're up and doing your own thing. And you have some coaching help from us, but you do a lot of it.
My favorite coaches helping us is like you, Donna, and Don.
Oh, that's awesome. So, Melissa, as we go to close out the episode, what is one word you would use to describe Mr. CANary?
Enjoy being here. Like, but happy at the same time being here.
Oh, that's awesome. That makes me
Sometimes we
happy
have our bad
hearing.
days and sometimes we don't.
Oh, everybody has bad days, right?
Or if you don't feel good and you're sick or something, then you have to go back over.
Exactly. Well, Melissa, thank you for everything that you bring to our team here at Mr. CANary. We are so excited to watch you continue to grow as a Mr. CANary employee, and we want to see you reach those goals for your life outside in the community as well. So, to our audience, please do me a favor. Share this episode with everyone you know so that we can all celebrate Melissa's accomplishments together. Use the comment section to share your thoughts and your encouragements, and we'll make sure that Melissa sees those. Be sure to check out the links in the show notes for more information. And thank you for joining this episode of the CANary Cast. Remember, buy a feeder, create a job. See you next time.